For anybody that doesn't know, my name's Margaret Fairchild, and I am a spiritual director. So I wanted to share a little bit about that and offer you all a chance to experience it. It's wonderful that here at VCC, Pastor Bonnie as well as a spiritual director, and then a lot of you know Donna DeLuhash. She's in school. She'll be becoming a spiritual director next year. So that's 3 so far. So I'd kind of like to just have a show of hands. Who has heard of a spiritual director? Yeah? Okay. And who is like, I have no clue? Great. That's why we're doing this. So I wanted to just share a few quotes about spiritual direction and tell you who I am and what the plan is. So from Wikipedia, spiritual direction is the practice of being with people as they attempt to deepen their relationship with the divine or learn to grow in their own personal spirituality. The person seeking spiritual direction shares stories of his or her own encounters with the divine or how he or she is experiencing spiritual issues. And then I have a few quotes from some authors. William Barry and William Connolly have wrote quite a bit on the subject, and they define it as Christian spiritual direction as help given by one Christian to another, which enables that person to pay attention to God's personal communication to him or her. To respond to this personally communicating God, to grow in intimacy with this God, and to live out the consequences of their relationship. And Jana Larson describes spiritual direction as essentially companioning someone in his or her spiritual life. Other ways of describing it include holy listening, spiritual friendship, and sacred journeying. And then my final description, which I really love, is from Francis Vanderwall. And it is, this is why we seek spiritual direction. Because deep down inside us, unspoken perhaps, but nevertheless experienced, we know that there is more, much more, than the superficiality of the daily grind. And we long for the depths of our beings to be evoked so that the deep within us may be united to the deep in God. I think that's just beautiful. So I personally have been doing spiritual direction for about 4 years, both individually and in the form of the spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius, and a few of you here have done that with me. I enjoy sharing contemplative practices like I did today with communion. And my heart as a spiritual director is to encourage others to develop an intimate relationship with Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, and to help them find God in all things. Also, to see others learn the desires God placed in their hearts and who they created each one of us to be. So I'm going to open my schedule on Tuesdays all summer long and be here at VCC to meet with anyone who's interested in finding out more about it. You can have an individual appointment so that you can experience spiritual direction and see if it's what God is inviting you to, or perhaps giving you a deeper understanding of it for a friend or family member, or perhaps you feel called to something like this for yourself. So I hope you will consider meeting with me and fill up the time slots for summer. Please feel free to ask me more questions after church. It is one of my favorite topics. And I will leave you with a final thought from my teacher, Bill Zolke. He describes being a spiritual director as watching the one I love another.